crushed up. The stems are separated, and we actually take the stems and compost them in the field. So they're taken back out to compost and add nutrients back into the soil. The must, which comes out, is the skins, the seeds, the pulp, and the juice of the grape. If we're producing a white wine, it gets pumped up into the silver tank here, and that is a press. It's called a bladder press because inside is a giant airbag, and they fill the airbag and it pushes everything to the outside wall. And the juice comes through, and the filters hold all the solid material inside the tank. So the juice runs out and then is pumped inside to a stainless steel tank where we add the yeast and ferment to make the wine. If we're producing red wine, the must is pumped directly inside and fermented. All grapes have white juice, so to make a red wine, you need to ferment with the skins in contact, and you actually pull the color out of the skin of the grape, not out of the meat or the juice of the grape. So once they achieve the color that they want or the fermentation is complete, then they pump it back out and press it to get rid of the solids that are there, the skins and the seeds and things. Most of the time, say we harvest mid-September to sort of the end of October. It takes about 6 weeks to bring the grapes in and press. We leave some of the grapes out for what's called late harvest, and it is a much sweeter wine. When the grapes stay out for a long period of time, they get a lot more sugar in them. So that is one we're actually going to try some when we go inside. The late harvest is, I say, very sweet, about 12% sugar. And so we harvest that usually at the end of November. The big product that comes from Canada is ice wine. And for ice wine, we actually leave the grapes out until they're frozen solid. The temperature has to be below -8 Celsius for a couple of nights, so the grapes are frozen. They go out in the middle of the night, harvest them, and then bring them in. We have a different press to use for that because we need a lot of pressure because the grapes are frozen. It's all ice. There's one drop of very, very sweet, sugary syrup that will not freeze because it's so highly concentrated with sugar, and that's all we get out of each grape. So 1 drop of syrup out of each grape for ice wine. It takes about 15 times as many grapes to make ice wine as it does regular wine. Also, you have to pay these guys to go out in the middle of the night and harvest grapes when it's freezing out. So it's not a fun job.